Hello.
Hi.
Welcome to our podcast number 33.
33.
Hard to believe it.
I'm Iris.
I'm Kristin.
Coming to you live from the Cashmere Goat on a nice, bright, sunny November day.
Yeah. Yep. In Camden, Maine.
Camden, Maine.
And we are happy you're tuning in. And we're kind of going by the seat of our pants.
Yes.
Post-it noteless. Can we handle it?
We're not sure where this will go. We could always edit it if we really go off the rails.
We could. Because, we just, go way off the rails. We're crazy like that.
Yep.
Yep.
And look, today, without talking, we've inadvertently
Twinsies.
matched with our shifts.
We do.
Yeah. Mine is a combo of, and I went sort of a little rogue with adding maybe one extra color, and I have Kathmandu fingering, and I have the cream color, I believe is Patagonia. And Kathmandu fingering, more like a sport. Patagonia says it's DK, more like a sport. So, it all
it's kind of funny.
Works together, and just wanted something that was...
Is that really more than 3 colors?
I think it's the gray, dark gray, light gray, white, and pink.
I'm so, because I feel like it's...
Dark gray, light gray, pink, and white.
Oh, yeah, I can count.
Counting with Iris and Kristin.
I thought, never mind.
Yeah.
And mine is a mad mix of things. Some Scottish wool, some
Machida?
some Machida, and
In that ivory that we love.
yes, and then I don't know. Oh, this is some like old stuff I think that I found in my stash, and then this is green is some Scottish wool. I mixed it up. There's definitely
And
more
the fully
than 3.
spun.
Yes,
Yep.
and the fully spun is in here in a few different places, which is no longer available because that's the way the yarn world is.
Comes and goes.
It really does. And I mean, there's definitely old standards. Like, we will probably always have vintage. And, Malabrigo, Rasta, Malabrigo, Rios, all the Malabrigos seem to. But we were, we had a visit from our rep yesterday, and one of the brands she does is Noro, and we were just talking about how changeable it is, and it can be hard to get, and that they keep adding new ones, and
they're like new, a little bit different.
Right, we've changed
It's like 33% of whatever instead of 28.
Yeah, right. So it's a little it's a bit of a head scratcher trying sometimes to figure it out, and
it's hard to make these judgment calls.
it is.
I mean,
definitely
you're sort of forecasting ahead, and we're of course we're growing the business all the time.
Right.
We've got more and more folks who are joining us from far away, purchasing from us, and thank you, yay!
Yes, thank you. Welcome.
And it's so we're seeing what's selling, and oh my gosh, what's selling right now? Vintage DK,
Right.
flying out of this store.
It is. And the funny thing about vintage DK is that I have had it since I took over 4+ years ago. I'm sure they had it for years too. And I've only sold some.
We don't have as many colors because they don't make as many colors as
Right.
plain old vintage either.
But it's been in our top 5 all summer.
Whoa.
And into the fall. And it's pretty interesting.
We've ordered some new colors.
We have, because we're leaning into it. What you all want.
And then on the other end of things, the Cashmere's been flying out of the
Oh,
store.
yeah.
Woo!
It has.
Cashmere
It has.
Premium by Lang is hot
It is.
right now.
It is very hot. And I think probably people are making Sophie scarves or
But what
just
about,
hats and mitts.
There was the order for like 5 and 4 skeins of 4 balls of 3 colors.
There was a big order
That was
the
a
other
big
night.
order, and I'm like, what are they making? That's a sweater.
I feel like it's a sweater.
How great is
something.
that going to be?
I was wondering too what it was. Like, what is this?
Yeah, it's
they
amazing.
are small little balls though, so like 3 balls literally you could be making a cowl out of.
I'm gonna just, we're flying by the seat of our pants. I'm gonna get the little tray, which I had to restock yesterday
because we keep selling it.
Empty.
We only keep a little bit out because we like to keep it.
Okay.
It's precious, so we like to keep it nice.
So some beautiful neutrals, some nice brights, some gorgeous. The browns are like.
And if you want a different color, just let me know, because I'm always like, okay, what color else do we need to add?
But
really,
I'm so glad we got this like really nice creamy.
I mean, the creams, the grays, and the beiges really sell the most. I love this one. Oh, surprise, surprise, surprise. I'm all about the green, and this fall, especially about the green.
She's in her green
I'm in a green era. Again, it's happened before, and here we are again. So it's been fun to see what people are buying, and it's changed a little. I mean, it does anyways. Like, we have our old standards, and then, I mean, we still sell plenty of Rasta, but 4 years ago, I couldn't keep it in the store, quite literally, and I could barely get any, and it was crazy. We have plenty now, though. We have lots.
And people we're sitting near the like big chunky hat display, and people are just whipping out these hats.
Yeah,
like
they're
crazy.
great for gifts. They're great for if you need a new hat, you can make one in a day.
But people really love this one, which is the Saturday Spiral. You can see there's that nice textural component, not too challenging. 1 skein. That's a free pattern with purchase. And Hypersonic.
Yep, Hypersonic is more of a plain hat that you can make
1 skein again.
Yep.
And really simple, shows off the gorgeousness of the Rasta.
Yep. So a lot of people like 1 skein things right now for holiday knitting, or just because they're cold.
Except for it hasn't been as cold as I want it to be.
Well, it's true. It is really, really true.
So that's why people are buying more DK.
I think maybe.
Because all of my nice, thick car bath sweater.
Well, I just had on a thick sweater. And I'm like, it's too hot in here.
Yep.
And it's my cotton one, not my wool one.
DK is the way.
Apparently. DK is the way.
I have to also say, okay, I'm wearing my shift, but I'm wearing my jumpsuit for the first time in a really long time because I've had a shoulder issue, and jumpsuit wearing was just not going to be in the cards.
Oh, that's why?
No, it could not. I mean, I couldn't, it was so hard for me to put on my left sleeve.
Maybe that's how you injured it.
No.
I'm just kidding.
No. But anyway, I'm like, oh my gosh, I might be able to. I had a cortisone shot last week, and things are getting better.
So good. You've been in a lot of pain, which nobody likes.
Really bad.
It is. But cortisone shots can be miraculous.
Yeah.
They give your body a chance to calm down.
Calm the heck down.
Yep.
And this one is working their way back.
Awesome. So what are you up to? What are you knitting?
Okay, well, so finished my Foxy Friends mitts.
Oh gosh, they're so good.
And this was in Malabrigo worsted, which is a favorite of mine.
And there's more coming.
And it's just the worsted is so fun in this color work, and they just feel so cozy.
They
and
really
plush.
do. I snagged them and felt them.
So we sold some yesterday. She saw it in the newsletter, and she was like, "I need the colors." So finished.
So good.
Pretty quick little gift knit. And then I'm still working, and if you watch the last podcast, you will see the progress I've made in this very airy-fairy little lace weight, very, very easy, relaxing knitting. Perfect.
Mohair takes a long time, though.
Well, lace, anything.
Yeah.
And
Mohair seems extra long to me for some reason.
size 7s,
Yep.
which is nice. And you just are casting on a certain number, slipping the first, knitting to the front and the back of the next stitch, and then just back and forth we go,
It's so
repeating
easy.
that. And it's so nice for social knitting.
Yeah. Yep.
So I do have a deadline, and I just did some measuring this morning. I think I want like 6 more inches of wingspan, because I'm not making this for a really giant statuesque person. She's petite, and the color is so good, and it's just so soft, so squishy.
Well, and I didn't tell you, I did talk to Karen of Seven Sisters, and she said we can order this.
So this is Karen's mohair silk blend, and it's just
feels really nice,
really soft, and I can be a little sensitive to mohair. And
it's so light and
this
fluffy.
feels good. So I will probably make one of these again, but it's not a fast knit.
It's not, but it's an easy knit.
But it is an easy knit, and I was actually thinking it would be a good travel knit if you were traveling, because it can make it into a tiny little project bag.
Yep.
And you can be watching the scenery or whatever if you're traveling. So that's what I'm making. And what about you?
So I finished my socks. I did not bring them, but
Okay.
because I finished them, but I didn't cast off
Okay.
because sometimes I do that.
Okay.
And I'm like, I finished them and it was late and I was tired and I was like, I'm not going to do the cast off right now because I like to do the stretchy bind off. And and so there they sit next to my couch waiting for me.
But
and
that's also like it's a nice thing to know you could just like sit down and cast off a sock.
Right, just one, and then I'm done, and sew the ends in. So they're beautiful, and I'm finished, and so
you'll be wearing them soon.
I will, and I'm still working on this, which I haven't been knitting a ton lately, but you can see it's a little bit longer. I think I'm about ready for ribbing soon.
It's so good.
This is Tulla Tweed, and this is the Amy sweater from PetiteKnit. And I really should be farther along than I am, but that is life. And I kind of was like, okay, I gave myself deadlines for the socks and for this. And when I give myself deadlines, I kind of stop knitting.
Oh.
And knitting deadlines are not my friend. And it somehow steals the joy. And so I'm like, okay, this isn't meant to be work. This is meant to be fun. This is meant to be what you like. And last week we had a meeting and we were talking about this yarn that we have and that we need a sample for it. And it's got a lot of bright colors, actually not so dissimilar from this, I was realizing. And it's a cashmere blend yarn. It's a chain net. It's super airy and fluffy and will be super warm. It's called Rosina. And I am going to make something with this yarn. And I have these 3 colors that I am going to work with.
Cheerful.
And it's like a bulky weight. And it's super fluffy and stretchy and extremely soft.
Is it bulky or is it worsted? What are they even saying?
Well,
we don't want to get off on the rant again, but like, you know how we feel about this.
Yeah. Well, it's recommending
10,
US
11.
10,
Okay.
11s.
Yep.
I haven't knit with it yet, though. I do think because of the chain net, that's probably going to be fine. It's only 122 yards.
Like the Clarissa hat pattern.
Yeah.
Just really.
So I was gonna make that. We talked about it and I was like, I'll make something. And then I'm like, I have to finish my socks. I have to do this. And I'm like, okay. And then I was like, this was on my counter staring at me daily. And I was like, well, I need to make something out of this. I have to make that hat. And I'm like, well, what do you want to make? What's the thing you're gonna make with this hat? Like, use your creative brain, make it fun.
Yeah.
There's no deadline. And So I have these 3 beautiful colors. I have not decided yet what exactly I'm going to do. So it's a surprise. It's a surprise for you. But I am going to be knitting with this. I almost started to last night. But
we were kind of thinking it might be fun to put together a few different color combos and maybe make a kit out of it.
Yeah. And so I'm experimenting. And if it doesn't work, I'll go back to what we talked about.
Yeah.
And
that's fun.
But and I think there might be enough for 2 hats with those 3.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, could just be that pop of color, and it's like there is a white, there's a cream, there's
a bunch of other colors.
Pinks, purples. They're really fun and kind of bright and cheerful.
And so I was like, and it's so soft. Like, it is so soft.
Mm-hmm.
And that is, that seems to be something people love. And the chainette is nice in that I like a fabric that's warm and it feels thick, but it's not like
light,
super heavy.
Mm-hmm. With my 2 party sweaters, that's definitely the difference. The plied one that I made it's a nice weight, and sometimes I want that. But then the other one that I made with the Mystery by the Wool Addicts chainette, it's just light and cozy warmth, lightweight warmth, which is nice.
And so I have definitely been leaning towards that lightweight thing. So I'm going to lean into this and think about it. And it's a small project, and I just want to have some fun with it.
Have some fun with it. That's good. So speaking of chainettes versus non-chainettes, I just published a video. We published a video about the Holiday Slipover by PetiteKnit. We featured this in a newsletter last week. We have a beautiful new shop sample, and it's a great pattern. It's a super bulky vest pattern that you maybe have seen, kind of deep armholes.
Do you want me to grab it?
Yeah, we could grab it. And one of our awesome goat staffers, Isla, made 3 of these slipovers because they were pretty quick because super bulky. And so I'm going to drop the link to that video down below where Isla and I have a chat about the modifications she made, because she made her first one actually in Rasta, which is, as you know, super bulky, single ply. Oh, look how good that looks behind us. So her first was in Rasta, single ply. She pretty much followed the pattern, except maybe she extended the hem or something. And she did actually, she modified the armholes a little bit because of this. And whenever she wears her vests, she gets so many compliments that she ended up making a couple more in Usha, which is I still can't reach with my left arm fully over that way. So she used goldenrod, and then she used a beautiful charcoal, and this is a chainette, and so lighter, airier feeling. That's also in Usha. Of course, PetiteKnit, being PetiteKnit, has you holding 5,000 strands of a lot of different things. I'm exaggerating, but Isla was like, no,
usually 3,
just 1 strand, and then she made some more modifications to really kind of like make the armhole. She just didn't like the fit. I mean, the open armhole is cool, and maybe you love that, but she was like, that's maybe not for me. And so we talked through it on a video, and she also wrote up some of her mods, which we put on our website. So there will be a link in the bottom of the other video to that. But yeah, she said the frosted one is great. It just sits a little heavy, but feels cozy, and sometimes that's the mood.
Yeah.
And this one is a little bit more of that lightweight hug feeling.
Yep.
So slipover is always popular.
It is. And there is a new one in the newest Nora magazine.
Okay.
That's made with worsted weight, which is very similar, which I think would be a great option too. We don't have a sample of that, but I would like one.
And this is a new sample we have of the Sophie scarf by PetiteKnit, which isn't that so cute, knit up in VIP by Lana Gatto.
Yeah, another favorite for the Sophie scarf. You don't have to play yarn chicken at all.
And it is a good price point and really soft. It's extra fine merino, little cashmere. It's like $16 a ball or something.
And it's
right?
one of the softest yarns in the store, I think.
It's that Italian
It
merino.
is the Italian.
And we have lots of nice colors too.
The Italians really know how to make yarns.
Yeah.
They're good at it.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, I have a million other projects that I haven't been working on, so we don't have to talk about.
Well, we
those.
could.
But
do you have any that are exciting to you, or maybe you haven't been working on them?
I have one. I actually have an old mohair one that's like 12 years old.
Okay.
That's like this Rowan mohair that's they don't make it. It's like a color changing one, and it's like I could cast off,
What
but
colors?
I still have yarn left. It's all different colors.
Ooh.
It's beautiful, and it's like I really want to finish it. I can't find it.
Oh.
And I had it last. I think I brought it when we did our unfinished projects video.
Okay.
Which we shamelessly, or maybe slightly shamefully,
Kept
no
digging
shame.
out of the.
We had lots of projects, and most of mine remain there. I did do
You finished your
square.
socks.
I finished my socks. I did do a square of my temperature blanket, and then I started the next square, and like it was, I think it was 2022 or 2021 that I was doing.
Oh yeah.
And the whole month of July apparently was about the same temperature.
Oh.
And I was not digging it. And for some reason, the way the stitches work on this crochet blanket or square is, it's easier to switch colors than not, as far as keeping track of your stitches. I don't know why. I'm not an expert crocheter.
Okay.
But and it's all one single color, and I like, and then I made mistakes on it, and so I pulled it out, and I was not tolerating any difficulty with projects this summer.
That's so discouraging too.
It was. And then I had the thought of like, well, what if I did it like the first half could be that year and the second half could be this year? like no one would ever know.
You can make the rules.
We definitely had variations this July. At least I think so.
I think so.
So that is tabled. That's one that I want, and I thought about bringing out my Skudig Bay cardigan because I love the color of it. That went into timeout.
What? I don't even remember your yarn right now.
Fleece and that bright green.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Everybody's favorite.
I love it. Green. I mean, no wonder I want to go back to it now.
Yeah. That would be so good.
So, there are so many things I want to make now.
And that green, because it's a little more to the yellow,
It's
is going to look
electric.
so good with all of your forest green accents.
A little pop color.
Yeah.
So.
Well, it wouldn't be a goat podcast if I wasn't talking about Millstone Tweed by Barocco, which I knit my Irish rubber pullover, and the colors are great. It's so soft. We've been selling tons of it. We've been getting a few more colors even, and we finally just got a color. I think that was it back ordered?
I ordered this last spring and I wasn't feeling so good, and so obviously I was not okay because I didn't order the off-white, the white.
I thought you hadn't ordered it because it wasn't available, because
No.
that was the only
Nope.
reason that I could imagine in my
And I
mind.
was like, how have I never ordered this? Like,
look at that. I was talking with Rachel about how it's like a birch forest.
It is.
It's like a birch forest. It would make such a beautiful anything.
it's true. And
Or
like,
color work.
even an Irish sweater would be
Totally.
gorgeousness.
Or like if you had some sort of color work yoke. It's air and weight, but it's a nice,
really nice.
so good. So
It's nice yarn. We have creeped up and gotten a few more colors because there's a lot of great colors.
Great, yep.
And we love a tweed.
We're looking over here because that's where it is, right over there.
So pretty. We love a tweed. Do you guys love a tweed as much as we do? Because we love tweeds, and then are we getting too many tweeds?
We were talking about sort of the tweedy feeling of some of the Noros yesterday with Whitney.
As opposed to the stripes. And
because Noro does that super stripey thing, but they've also leaned in with some tweeds, and
sadly,
sad news
is going.
One of our favorites that was like Carbeth favorite from the Knit Along.
I have 3 sweaters made out of this yarn.
Sweeto.
It's going away.
What?
Which I have a hard time with, and you know, a lot of people love Noro, and no shade to people who have different tastes than me. I'm happy they do because I get to have everything. But I don't really like the strong color change stripe thing. I like a gradient.
Or a tonal.
A tonal. I love a tonal.
Like the Sonata, the Noro by Sonata is that, and people are still wild for that yarn.
And so, I actually didn't realize when I first took over, like we had Nora, and I'm like, are people still buying this? Because I've been selling Noro since my first job at a yarn store back 20, I don't know, years ago. Years ago. And I was like, is Noro still a thing? And it is, and they have gotten better as far as their wool is softer now. Even the Curry-On, which we don't currently have, but the Curry-On, everybody always complained about it being scratchy, and I remember making one of my nieces like 20 years ago this like wild Noro super woolly out of Curry-On hooded poncho.
Oh wow.
And
cool.
I thought it was cool, but I never, like, I saw one picture and then I never saw it again. So I don't think they liked it. And I probably wouldn't choose that now without asking someone, because it is a bold choice and it's not exactly subtle. And it was so fun to knit with. And at the time, it was so novel.
Yeah. And at least, I mean, people love Noro. We've got some amazing new colors of Ito. We do. But like they have been sort of balancing out some of their stripes with more of either semi-solids, tonals, tweedies, and we're seeing people really enjoy those as well. So we're trying to strike that balance, I think.
Yeah, and your opinions are always welcome. And I think sometimes it's hard here because a lot of us have similar likes. And so...
But then we are watching what people buy.
We do. And we have a glorious new sample, actually, of Noro
Malvinas.
Yeah, Malvinas. It is great. Do you want to cook that?
Yes, I will. And speaking of good old Noro staples, Silk Garden selling.
Silk Garden
like
just sells. It sells and sells and sells. And we just had a big order for it last night or this morning, I think.
Just a 1 ball, 2 balls.
Well, we had like 8 balls of it.
Cool.
So this is Malvinas, which is kind of I think, an unsung hero of Noro. It's a worsted weight. It's merino. It comes in a pretty big dragon egg, and the colors are fantastic. It's a little slubby, thick and thin.
But there's such a nice, like, this green, you know, it's so vibrant. And this is just a little top-down raglan from your Yankee knitter that one of our sweet customers did a sample knit for us.
And we just love it.
Yeah.
It's great. It's like, I think I need to make something with
and
this
it is
yarn.
kind of nice to see Noro knit up in a kid's
Yeah,
thing.
It is.
Because, I mean, the colors are amazing. And
this is such a great basic sweater to make for your kid or grandkid. And what I like about this type of sweater is the head is always going to go over, because sometimes people have issues with that. And it's just simple. It's cute. It's very wearable. It feels like a sweatshirt, which I think a lot of kids like.
Right.
And so, Yeah, we're talking up Noro. I mean, we talked about Noro a lot yesterday. Noro also can be frustrating because we can't always get, like, we don't always
we're
get
getting
what we
the
want.
sun.
Yeah,
Do we
we're gonna
need
scoot forward? Just pardon us. We are gonna scoot.
Because we're fighting the sun.
We're racing the sun.
Yeah, racing. Because we're not fighting the
We're
sun.
not
We'd
gonna fight
lose.
We no doubt.
Oh, dear. In a fight with the sun, you'd lose.
That's a very profound observation.
We didn't know we were going to be getting into some deep thoughts on the podcast today, but turns out.
Turns out. So our advice to you, don't try to fight the sun.
Nope.
It's a losing battle.
Losing game.
So you can race it though.
Yeah, we're trying to race it.
Or race it. We might need to scoot forward again.
Oh,
all right,
dear.
I'll stop laughing.
Yeah,
now.
no, it's
Sorry.
good. No. Yeah.
All right, what were we talking about?
Well, Noro and just
yeah.
So we're kind of wrapping up that.
So Noro is a funny one.
Oh yeah, because
we can then, like, we'll get something and people will want it and then I can't get it. And then...
Or there was the time that we had a great sample.
We had a great sample.
I mean, we pulled it out of the bag and the whole knitting group, I think, went bananas.
Yeah.
They were like, we want to all make that. We're going to have our little impromptu knit along. Like, let us buy the yarn. And turned out that yarn was not available for a year.
It didn't come...
That color. That particular
one of
color
the colors,
in
we
the
actually
sample.
never received it. So the sample, they made another one that was almost exactly the same.
Mm-hmm.
So
wow, yeah,
that's a little frustrating.
Because people are ready to buy, and then we have to be like, oh no, we're not getting this. It's a little back ordered, and then it's months go by. Oh, still back ordered.
Yeah, like right now. Well, in the past we would get the new Noro yarns, and then we'd be waiting for the magazine.
Mm-hmm.
This year we have the magazine and not the yarns. So they like to keep it interesting.
Yeah, they do.
And like, we'll stick with them. People love them. We love them. And we have a ton of stock of Noro. You just
in a
have
beautiful display.
Yep. And you know.
Well, and like Whitney yesterday when we were talking, she's like, yep, that color is available now. And we were like, yeah, good. We'll order some of that color.
Right.
'Cause
Now.
It's now.
So I think that was with Sonata, wasn't it?
Yeah. Oh my gosh, some new beautiful colors of Sonata.
Yeah.
Sonata's a nice blend of cotton and silk and like viscose and very popular when we did the Anker summer shirt.
Yep.
And the colors, again, more tonal.
They're very rich color. Very rich color.
But
so.
there's some good new ones.
This is like a yarn talk
It
today.
is.
We're digging deep into yarn.
It's on our minds.
It is.
A lot.
I don't know why, but we think about yarn just a little bit.
Well, and let's think ahead a little bit because coming soon, I was just thinking about the newsletters that I'm going to need to work on. So we've got Thanksgiving week coming, which always means like Black Friday, Small Business Saturday, Cyber Monday.
Yep.
So those will be coming, and we do a little something different, which maybe you know about if you've been here, but we do a special thing on Black Friday, which is a limited edition colorways from our indie dyers.
Yep, from our main indie dyers, Seven Sisters Arts and On the Round yarns. And so
they're dyeing colors just for us.
Yeah, this week they're probably doing it actually right now, both of them. And so we're excited about those. We don't release what they look like until Black Friday. We have a limited amount, and
it's exciting. Yeah,
and that's our Black Friday thing. And we have, I don't know what else we're doing on Black Friday.
Yeah.
We are just busy on Black Friday.
We're very busy.
It's like a party in here.
Yep.
So if you don't like the mall, come to the Goat.
Yeah.
We're a good alternative.
And then there'll be Cyber Monday. And then the next weekend is
Christmas by the Sea.
And that is the cutest little small town weekend.
It really is.
And we'll definitely post some content too. And there's like a cute parade through town with all the fire trucks and all the snow plows and all the like
night.
floats at night, and all the lights are up, and all the stores look cute and have extended hours on Friday, and we will, of course. And then
there's a lot of sales that weekend all over town, and we have a sale that weekend. Stay tuned for details. We do it every year.
Yeah.
It is our biggest sale of the year, and it is on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, the first full weekend in December. It always is.
Yeah.
So if you like a sale, that is our big sale weekend.
And it's just, so there's that's coming up too. So yeah, some good times.
Lots of stuff going on.
And we're still doing the seasonal stitching, and that's Wednesday nights on Zoom. And we've had a really sweet turnout. Nice group of maybe like 12 or 13 or 14 people. And we're just hanging out, working on the projects we want to work on Zoom. And like last week was really sweet because Pat, one of our knit along regulars, our remote goat Pat, she was like, I'm thinking about something I want to knit, and she had this idea, and she was like, do you guys know any patterns or even like the terms I should be looking up? And so the group kind of helped her out. And then on Sundays we're doing drop-in seasonal stitching here in the shop from 11 to 2, and that's also just a really nice relaxed vibe. People coming and going and having some laughs along the way.
Lots of laughs.
So many laughs, so much silliness, always. And we are going to be not having knit nights.
But yeah,
or seasonal stitching
on the Wednesday prior to Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
So the day before Thanksgiving, there is no knitting groups.
Yeah.
Because we're all too busy for that. So
are we going to close at 5 on that night here in the shop, do you think?
I feel like we usually close earlier.
Earlier.
So I feel like it's a 3 or 4.
Quiets down.
I feel like it's a 3 or 4.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look,
We'll
probably we should figure that out today. We'll figure that out. But it's not like a time where people are rushing to the yarn store.
Unless they really have to escape their families.
Right. They're like, I need a project for tomorrow.
Or I'm just going to go to I have to pick something up at the yarn store, and then, there might
Although there are, I do have to correct that myself a little bit though, because where we live, people love to come visit here. And so families come to visit, and they usually come for the whole weekend. And so they have to get here before Thanksgiving. And so there is usually a lot of people walking around town.
I feel like we definitely have a busy Tuesday. But then I feel like there's definitely activity the Wednesday before. But then I think we looked at the numbers before, and there was like
there is a downturn. There definitely is. And every year's a little different. Every year's a little different, so keeps us on our toes.
It does. Well,
and what else do we have to talk about?
That one we just got.
Do you want to talk about it?
You can.
Okay,
Yeah.
So we have a new doodle deck. It's the Holiday Doodle. It is one of her most recent. She had 2 recent ones. But this is the Holiday Doodle one. What I like is the sweaters. But there's sweaters, there's lights, there's mittens.
And I like also it's not like Christmas. You could make just a fun wintry mix kind of a thing. There's like a cocoa cup. And we are sold out of the Doodle directory books.
Yes, but I have ordered more.
So if you want one, you could sign up on that product page to be, alerted when we're back in stock.
Then you get an email right away. Oh, and one other thing I wanted to mention as far as the holidays go, we are trying out this new feature, and it's called Wish List. And
it's actually called Gift List, I think. But
on our website it says Wish List, right. And it's like my gift registry. And basically you can register yourself and pick things that you want, and then you can just tell someone to look it up. There is a setting, so if you don't want anyone else to be able to look it up, you can. If you want to make it for yourself,
you can just leave that. Don't make it publicly shareable.
Yeah, but if you don't check that, then if your friend or partner or whoever came in and they're like, oh, so and so, I don't know what to get them, but they have
They
a wish
shop
list.
here or something.
We can look it up and give them all the choices, and that way you'll get something you want. And
We've had customers ask this for so long, and it was so great
have.
that you looked up.
And this is a trial version. Not sure if it's gonna be what exactly we want.
You
But
can also send someone a link to it too.
you
That was
can,
the other
yeah.
thing.
So and people don't have to come in; they can just buy it online.
And it is really like kind of like a registry, like you were used to using, where you know somebody buys it and then it's off the list.
Right, right. So we do encourage you to check that out if you're interested in creating a list for your significant people in your life, so you know you get at least something you really, really want. Because as much as we want what we really, really want, people who give gifts really like to give gifts that people like.
Yep.
And so I used to feel so funny about telling people what I want. And then I would feel disappointed when they couldn't read my mind. I no longer do that. And like, I was talking to my adult son the other day about, like, what do I want? Like, what do I want for Christmas? Because I asked him and then he asked me. And I was like, I don't know. And I started talking. And then later I was thinking about it. And I'm like, oh, I want this thing. Oh, I want this thing. And, you know, just little things like a new pair of slippers and just different things. And so on Sunday, while I was cleaning, all these things kept popping into my brain. And I was like, oh, I'm just going to make a list of things that I need/want. And it's here.
Yeah.
And whether I get them for myself or somebody else wants to get them for me for a present.
Nice.
Yeah.
I love that.
So it's there's no shame in asking for what you want.
Yeah, and it seems pretty easy. The app seems really easy to set up. We had a couple customers give it a test run. We both tried it and, you know, kind of create an account, and then it's pretty intuitive to use.
Yeah, you just search the gift list and put someone's name in, and up they pop, and their things, there they are.
Let us know what you think.
Yeah, let us know what you think, because we definitely want feedback on it, if you like it or don't like it.
I think that might be.
Are we done talking?
Well, never. But we touched on a lot of content
you
here.
You guys are probably done listening. If you're still here.
Thanks for staying through to the end.
Yes, thank you. Give us a like. Give us a follow. Give us a comment. Thank you for your lovely comments on the last video. We really enjoy reading those comments. So.
And we're always glad that we not just make each other laugh, but it sounds like we make you guys laugh with us. So that's a good thing.
Thanks for being our kind of nerds.
You're our kind of nerds, if you've made it this long, clearly.
Clearly. All right. Thank you for watching.
Happy making.
And we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Rachel's laughing over there. I can see her.
Oh, we're so sad.